Most of us were told that walking is the best thing we can do for our health, especially in our golden years. But what if I told you that walking too much after 70 could actually speed up the aging process? Yes, you heard that right. Doctors are now warning seniors that the very habit we thought was helping us stay younger might be quietly wearing us down, draining our joints, stressing our heart, and even weakening our muscles if done the wrong way. But don't worry. This video isn't about scaring you. It's about guiding you. Because there's a way today. We're going to explore 5 simple but powerful habits that doctors now recommend for seniors who want to stay strong, energized, and mobile without overdoing it. Each one is gentle, backed by real experience, and can be done right at home. So if you're 65 or older and want to age gracefully, without pain, fatigue, or silent damage creeping in from too much of a good thing, stay with me. This could be the message that saves your strength for the years that truly matter. Comment 1 if you're here and listening closely. Let's see how many of us are on this journey together. Take a deep breath. Let's start with the first tip. It's something most doctors wish their senior patients knew. Point 1. Walking without recovery can do more harm than good. Harold is 74. He's the kind of man who takes pride in his independence. Every morning, like clockwork, he slips on his sneakers and walks 5 miles around the neighborhood, rain or shine. But over the past year, Harold started to notice something strange. His knees ached more than usual. He felt exhausted by mid-afternoon, and even his sleep, which used to be peaceful, became light and broken. When he mentioned this to his doctor, the response surprised him. "Harold," the doctor said gently, "you don't need to stop walking, but you do need to rest more." It turns out that for people over 70, recovery time becomes just as important as the exercise itself. Our joints take longer to heal, our muscles repair more slowly, and our heart takes a little more time to return to baseline. So while a 35-year-old might walk every day and feel great, a 74-year-old like Harold needs to walk every other day or shorten the distance to allow the body to restore its strength. Too much walking without rest leads to wear and tear, not growth. And here's something even more surprising. A new study found that seniors who walked 3 times a week with full rest, days in between, actually had better mobility and less fatigue than those who walked daily without pause. So here's a quick challenge for you. Test yourself. Ask yourself this. Do you feel more tired on your walking days than before you started walking? Regularly? Do your knees or lower back ache later in the evening? Does it feel harder to bounce back the next morning? If you said yes to any of these, it might not be aging, it might be overuse. Doctor's tip. Try what Harold did. Switch to walking every other day, and on the off days do gentle stretches or chair yoga. You're not losing progress. You're giving your body the gift of repair, and that's how you stay mobile longer. Comment 2 if this feels like something you've experienced, because you're not alone. So many seniors are pushing too hard, thinking more is better, when the truth is better, and in a moment, we'll talk about something else that could be aging your body quietly, even if you're walking just the right amount. It has to do with how you're walking. Point 2, flat, repetitive walking surfaces can weaken your balance over time. Diane, age 76, walks the same route every single day, a smooth sidewalk loop around her retirement community. Same distance, same pace, same shoes. It became part of her routine until one afternoon. She tripped. She didn't fall hard, but it shook her confidence. What scared her wasn't the stumble. It was that she hadn't seen it coming. When Diane told her physical therapist, they explained something she had never thought about. Flat surfaces might feel safe, they said, but they can actually weaken your ability to adapt. Here's why. When we walk on perfectly smooth, predictable ground, our feet, ankles, and core muscles don't have to adjust or stabilize. Over time, This trains the body not to react. So when something unexpected appears, like a bump, crack, or uneven patch, our body doesn't respond quickly enough. That's when trips happen. And falls. Balance is like a skill. If you don't train it, you lose it. This is why some physical therapists now recommend adding natural variety into your walking routine. A few minutes walking on soft grass, a gravel path, even a gently sloped surface in a park. These slight changes in texture force your stabilizer muscles, the ones around your ankles, knees, and hips, to wake up and work. They teach your body how to catch itself again. Test yourself. Do you walk the same path every day? Do you ever feel unsure when walking on uneven ground, like gravel or grass? Have you noticed your balance isn't quite what it used to be? If so, you might be stuck in what they call a flat surface trap. Doctor's tip: start small. Try walking for just 3 to 5 minutes a few times a week on varied surfaces. It could be your backyard lawn or a quiet park trail. Walk slowly. Use a walking stick if you need support. And always wear good, supportive shoes. You'll be amazed how quickly your balance begins to respond. It's not about working out, it's about waking up the muscles that protect you. Comment 3 if you've ever felt unsteady. This might be the solution your body has been asking for. And coming up next, we'll look at a common mistake seniors make right after their walk, one that can silently cancel out the benefits of everything they just did. It's something your joints wish you'd do differently. Point 3. Skipping post-walk joint care can lead to stiffness and silent inflammation. Evelyn, age 79, always felt proud after her daily walk. She'd return home, kick off her shoes, sit down in her recliner, and turn on the TV for a well-deserved rest. But over the months, something began to change. Her knees felt stiff, her fingers ached more at night. And she began to describe a heaviness in her legs that just wouldn't go away. Her doctor gently explained, "Evelyn, you're missing the most important 5 minutes of your entire walk." You see, after a walk, especially in older age, our joints and muscles are warm but vulnerable, like a rubber band that's been stretched. If we just sit down immediately and don't help our body transition back to rest, the blood that was flowing through the legs slows suddenly. The inflammation that was moving gets trapped, and the body doesn't clear it out as well as it used to. This leads to stiffness, aches, and over time, even joint damage. What you do right after your walk can protect or punish your joints. That's why some doctors now recommend a short, soothing ritual right after walking, especially for people over 70. It doesn't have to be complex. In fact, Evelyn now follows something called the warm water rule. Here's how it works. After walking, instead of sitting down immediately, Evelyn does 3 simple things: stretches her calves and hamstrings for just 60 seconds, sits, and soaks her feet in a basin of warm water with a pinch of Epsom salt, elevates her legs with a pillow for 10 minutes while listening to calming music or practicing slow breathing. This helps her blood keep circulating. It reduces inflammation, and most importantly, it tells her nervous system it's safe to relax now. Test yourself. After walking, do you head straight for the couch? Do your joints feel tighter an hour later than they did during the walk? Do your feet or knees swell up by the evening? If yes, your post-walk habits might be stealing the very benefits you worked so hard to earn. Doctor's tip: try Evelyn's 3-step routine just twice a week to start. Even 5 minutes of warm water can make a big difference for tired joints. Your body doesn't just need movement, it needs transition. Comment 4 if you're going to give the warm water rule a try. It's one of the kindest things you can do for your legs. Coming up next, we'll look at a surprising truth about speed. Why walking too fast, even for just 15 minutes, might be draining your energy instead of building it. Point 4, walking too fast after 70 can drain your energy instead of boosting it. George is 72. He's always been active, a retired mail carrier who prides himself on his pace. Even after retiring, he kept up the habit. Brisk walks, long strides, arms swinging. He thought, if I'm not sweating, I'm not doing it right. But after a few months, George noticed something odd. Instead of feeling energized, he felt drained. His legs were sore, his breathing was shallow, and he had to take naps more often just to catch up. So he asked his doctor if something was wrong. The doctor said something George didn't expect. Fast walking can be great, but after 70 it can backfire if your body doesn't recover well. It's not about walking harder, it's about walking smarter. Why? Because when we walk too fast, especially in our 70s and beyond, our heart rate can rise too quickly. Our breathing can become shallow instead of steady, and instead of building endurance, we slip into a state of stress, burning out the energy we were trying to build up. Think of it like this. You don't want your walk to feel like a race. You want it to feel like a rhythm. And here's how George learned to find his rhythm, by using something called the conversation test. The conversation test. While walking, try talking out loud, even if it's just to yourself. If you can speak in full, steady sentences without gasping or pausing, you're at the right pace. But if you're breathless after a few words, it means your body's working too hard. George adjusted his speed using this test. He slowed down by just 10%. And within days, he felt a difference. His joints didn't ache, his heart didn't race. And for the first time in months, he came home feeling energized instead of exhausted. Test yourself. Do you breathe heavily during your walks? Do you often need to sit or nap afterward? Do you feel your energy drop in the hours that follow? If so, your pace may be too intense for your body's current rhythm. Doctor's tip. Slow your pace until you can pass the conversation test. It might feel strange at first, but this gentle pace allows your body to truly benefit from every step without overstimulating your nervous system. Comment 5. If you're ready to walk with less strain and more ease. Because walking shouldn't leave you tired. It should leave you renewed. And in the next section, we'll talk about what shoes seniors are still wearing that could be silently damaging their knees, spine, and even their posture. This one, small change could change your entire walking experience. Point 5. The wrong shoes can speed up joint wear, even if you're walking less. Lillian, age 78, had the softest heart and the hardest time letting go of her favorite shoes. They were a gift from her daughter. Stylish, easy to slip on, and still in good shape, as she often said. But every few days, Lillian would mention a dull ache in her knees and a strange tension in her lower back. She assumed it was just part of aging, until a physical therapist watched her walk. Lillian, the therapist said kindly, "Your shoes aren't supporting you anymore. They're letting your joints absorb all the shock." Here's the truth that surprised her, and surprises many. Most seniors wear shoes that are too old, too flat, or too loose. Even soft soles can be dangerous if they don't provide structured support. As we age, the fat pad on the bottom of our feet thins out. Our arches flatten, and our alignment shifts with every step. So if your shoes don't help absorb shock or keep your foot aligned, that impact travels upward, hitting the ankles, knees, hips, and even spine. Over time, that adds up to fatigue, inflammation, and long-term wear. Test yourself. Take a moment to look at your walking shoes right now. Are they over a year old? Do they twist easily when you bend them? Is the sole worn unevenly? Do they feel loose when you walk? Even just slightly, if yes, they may be causing more harm than good. Doctor's tip, the soft shoe solution. You don't need expensive orthopedic shoes. You just need 3 key things. Firm heel support, so your ankle stays stable, arch cushioning to reduce strain on knees and hips, a snug but comfortable fit, so your foot doesn't slide. And here's something most seniors don't realize. Walking barefoot or in socks on hard floors is just as harmful. Your joints are absorbing that shock every step you take, especially in the morning or after rest. Lillian made one simple switch. She bought a pair of cushioned, supportive walking Shoes just for indoors. Within 2 weeks, her back pain reduced, her steps felt lighter, and she began to enjoy walking again without dreading the after effects. Comment 6 if you've been wearing the same shoes for more than a year. You deserve support that matches the care you give your body. Remember, shoes aren't just fashion after 70, they're health tools. Final reflection. If there's one thing we've uncovered together today, it's that more movement doesn't always mean better. Health, especially in your golden years, sometimes gentler is stronger, slower is smarter, and less is actually more. Let's take a moment and softly recap what we've explored together. You learned about Harold, who walked every day without rest, not realizing his joints needed recovery just as much as movement. Now you know how vital rest days are. You heard Diane's story, whose perfect walking route became a balance risk because it never challenged her feet or core to adapt. Now you know how variety builds real-world stability. You met Evelyn, who used the warm water rule to help her joints heal and reduce stiffness after her walk. Now you understand the power of cool-down rituals. You followed George, who pushed his pace, then wondered why he felt drained instead of energized. Now you have the conversation test to guide your rhythm. And you walked with Lillian, who held onto beloved but worn-out shoes until she realized they were quietly harming her. Now you understand that every step starts with what's under your feet. These aren't just tips, they're invitations to listen to your body, to honor your age, and to embrace movement that heals, not harms. You don't have to give up walking. You just have to walk wisely. Here's one final test yourself moment. If any part of you feels pressure to keep up or do more, because that's what health looks like, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what would my body thank me for? That answer is your compass. A gentle challenge for you. For the next 7 days, try these 3 small shifts. Walk every other day, not daily. Add 2 minutes of uneven surface. Walking per session, soak your feet or stretch post-walk, even just once or twice. It's not about perfection. It's about permission to care for yourself deeply, patiently, and with kindness. If this video helped you, comment below with wisdom so others can find it and know they're not alone. And if you'd like more practical tips like this, wrapped in calm, clear guidance made just for your age, please tap the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with a friend or family member who walks daily. They may need this more than you know. Your golden years were never meant to be a race. They're a season of graceful rhythm, gentle steps, and deeper connection with your body and soul. Thank you for walking this path with me today. I'm proud of you for choosing to learn, to care, and to grow, one wise step at a time. Until next time, stay steady, stay strong, and stay kind to your joints.